Hello guys and welcome back to this late edition of Movie Hoppers long overdue review of Aladdin the movie 2018. Oh man,
Nice.
same year. Um well, here's the thing. This is a Movie Hoppers first Movie Hoppers original because we did not see this film together and we do not even know if we like it or not. I have been very adamant about not hearing my host's opinion, and god damn it, my host has not told me. I have not told my host my opinion, so we don't know what we think about this film. So, how about you take it away because I've been losing sleep over this, just just gnawing at the teeth, wanting to know what you thought of the movie. So let's go. What did you think of the movie?
All right. What did I think? What did I
Oh,
think?
that's the question.
Well, I really hated it.
Whoa. Okay. It's
um, like there was no charm at all. Everything from the animated movie was like disregarded. I mean, like obviously not everything. Like they started to make the movie, but like any improv that Robin Williams did, like they tried to implement into the new movie, and it really just did not go over well. Like all the jokes fell flat because obviously Will Smith is not Robin Williams.
what? That's not possible.
I know it's crazy. Um, like just it was just like really it was really upsetting because like I know I already came in with the like with really low expectations and I'm like maybe it'll be okay, but it proved itself to not. So like I just really did not have a good time at all watching it.
Oh, okay. Well, that is very seems like you are recommending this film highly already. Um, but
Obviously, of course.
but I've got to say I have a hot scoop on this one because I have not seen the original Aladdin. I've not seen the full movie. I've seen like clips and stuff, but I have not sat down and watched the whole original movie. So this is a fresh experience for me. I already knew what was gonna happen and stuff because it's just kind of like an iconic ending. But I have yet to see the full movie, but I've got to say this movie was okay. And I've to kind of retort your genie thing, I've seen clips of Robin Williams as the genie, and Robin Williams' genie and Will Smith's genie seem like completely different creatures. I don't think Will Smith
Yeah.
made like one pop culture reference, and I don't think Robin Williams' whole thing was pop culture references, and I think Will Smith's brand of comedy was different than Robin Williams, and was that your problem with the genie that they were like too different?
Well, I mean, I realized they were different. Obviously, like you can't have the same like personality with two different people.
Mm.
But when like he tried to make jokes that were in the old movie that were like Robin Williams made, like it didn't work, you
Well,
know. So
I've
and
got it.
like
Oh, okay. You can keep
yeah,
going.
I don't.
Well, I was,
It, they, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was, I was going to say that I actually think the genie is the best part of this movie. Um, I,
I'd
yeah.
agree. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Oh no, that's not a good indicator for you. You seem to really hate this genie.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not good. Um, yeah, but I think Genie was the best part because I feel like again I haven't seen the full Aladdin movie, but from the clips I've seen, I feel like Will Smith made the genie his own thing. What I was worried about was pretty much whatever this guy's name is. His name is actually Guy, so I'm just gonna call him Guy. Guy like just lifting the like genie stuff from the original movie and just slapping it into this one haphazardly, not caring that this is like not Robin Williams, and like I was kind of just afraid that it would be like the same genie, and I kind of like that it was different genie. I've got to say, I was pleased that they changed it up. It fit Will Smith. I feel like if Robin Williams were to play this genie, it wouldn't work, and I feel like if Will Smith were to play the Robin Williams genie, that wouldn't work either. So I've got to say, uh, if nothing else, I can praise the genie. Now let me hear
I do
why you.
wish they made like different jokes though.
But
Like
didn't
if they were gonna make if like Will Smith was gonna make his own genie and make it his own and make up new jokes. Don't reuse them. Like we know how it was done in the past, but now now you're remaking it, so remake it.
what
Don't recycle.
what jokes did they reuse? Again, I didn't see the full movie, so that's like a legitimate
He
question.
did the ultimate cosmic power, itty bitty tiny living space. He did
Yeah.
that, and they used that multiple times throughout the movie. And I don't remember if they did that in the original, but I don't know. It felt like they were also reusing jokes throughout the movie. Like it was just like a running gag, and I'm like, okay, all right, come up with new jokes, please, thanks. But and then he also did the airplane when he was trying to escape the cave. He did like the what their flight attendants and like keep your arms and legs inside the carpet at all times, and then they left and it was like all that. And
Oh.
there were probably a couple more I don't remember every one. So
Well, I guess we should just lay our cards on the table here. Do you have an attachment to the first film? If you were to rate the first film out of 10, um, based on nostalgia and everything you have for it, what would you rate it?
so I used to love the old films. I'd probably give
Mm.
them an 8.
Okay. So, like John Wick level,
Right,
probably like the same
right.
movie, so I can understand where you're coming from. But like, shit. Um, as somebody who comes in with a relatively clean slate, with all this, uh, I did not mind the genie. I think he was good. I think Will Smith did a pretty okay job as a big blue CG monster. Um, I thought it was okay. I like that they didn't go for pop culture jokes because that was Robin Williams' thing. Because I don't think there was like one pop culture reference in the entire script, which was interesting, and I kind of like that because that was just kind of Robin Williams thing in general, like even outside the genie. Like if you watch one, I just watched Good Morning Vietnam, and that movie is pretty much completely unwatchable if you have not lived in like the 70s and 80s, just because of all the pop culture references. But I'm glad that Will Smith kind of implemented his own thing in it. So yeah, I liked the genie, but maybe it's because we're coming at this at different angles, you know, because I have like a
Yeah.
clean slate, so your reused joke problem doesn't really affect me because they're new jokes to me. So yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Makes sense.
Yep.
Um, but let's get off the genie's long blue shaft for a second.
Hold on.
Wait,
Hold on.
okay. Well,
I have
getting
one
back on.
problem. Why I don't understand why they gave the genie a love interest. Like that whole character was not in the first movie.
Well, it's to tie it into the beginning of the movie with the
But
kids.
that wasn't in the beginning either of the other one. Like it had okay, so in the beginning of the other one, it had like a man on a camel, and he was
Uh,
just singing in the desert,
uh.
or like riding onto the desert and into a town, and he sat down or something, like something of that nature, and then he started like talking to the camera and was like like, let me tell you a story. They're like, there was no kids, there was no wife, there was no boat at all. It was just the man in the town telling a story.
Well, I've got to say, I'm getting pretty confused here. About a couple minutes ago, you were complaining that there was a lack of originality, and now you're complaining that the beginning is different, and the genie has different attributes. I feel like there's a double standard going on here.
No, no, no. It's because like, okay, like I think they could have just taken out that character because like I didn't like I don't know if a love interest is very original. You know what I mean?
Uh,
Like they could have just they could have done something different other than an love interest, like how Will Smith made it his own character. That like that was I don't know. I guess like that could have been enough originality to like I don't know to have that and then but they didn't need the love interest. It seemed unnecessary.
I
Like it
mean,
didn't add a lot to anything besides the beginning.
I feel like it didn't add a lot, but it's not like it didn't take up too much screen time. They are literally to there's maybe like 10 lines between the two of them. I feel like it's just not something that really I thought about because it wasn't a big deal. And even when there were, like, even
No,
when,
I know it wasn't a big deal, but it just bothered me.
uh, because I feel like even when they were together, um, there was always something else going on, and that always took the back seat. And usually it was mostly just an excuse for the genie not to be there. And, yeah, I was fine with it. I didn't think too much into it. I thought it was clever how they tied it into the beginning. Um, but yeah, I guess I didn't really care about that. Um, so do you want to get off the genie, or do you have more to say?
All right, now let's get off.
Okay. Um, 12-minute genie TED talk is over. Now we are getting into the rest of the movie. I've got to say, the the whole movie until the genie showed up, I did not like that. I was really not having a good time. I thought when the genie showed up, the movie got instantly better. Now you said that even though you hate the genie with every
Yeah,
fiber in your being, the genie is the best part of the movie. So
yeah, sadly.
do you agree that the movie sucked more cock before the genie came in, or what's your
Yes,
opinion on that?
I do believe that.
Wow.
Whew, so bad.
I'm glad we didn't see this together. I feel like you'd be really steamed afterwards. Like, oh, fucking show me this fucking movie. I hate this movie because I feel like you do not like this movie at all. Really, I feel
I
like
don't.
is this your least favorite movie?
Yes.
Oh my god, of all time.
No, not of all time. I
Okay.
probably have like another one that I really hated, but
Well,
I don't think I'm not thinking about that right now.
um, I've got to say, I thought this movie was better than Dumbo. Did you see Dumbo? It's pretty
I did
dumb.
not see that. Oh.
It's a pretty dumb movie. But
Ah,
I feel like this movie was better than Dumbo for if that's worth anything. Um, what I've got the monkey character, I didn't like. I thought that was kind of fucking stupid. That monkey CG monkey guy. That's the character I didn't like. If you even call it a character, it's more of just a CG inbred fuck. But
Abu Abu had more to do in the original. Like in this one, he wasn't really used like at all.
yeah. So
And
uh what I was yeah, I didn't like him. Like not at all in the movie. He was just kind of walking around and doing his own uninteresting thing, and the CG was annoying. I just didn't like him. I didn't like the monkey is what I'm trying to say here. Uh what else? What else do you want to talk about? Well, you go.
I thought they could have used an actual monkey. Like you know how they did that in Night of the Museum. Like they used the actual capuch monkey or something, and then like he was just an actual character. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Not just fake.
Yeah.
I thought it would been like cool to have like the real life thing, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Obviously, we're not going to be able to do that with a tiger,
yeah,
but yeah, like the monkey's like little enough to have like add something,
yeah.
you know.
Well, I guess it could, but CG is the
Yeah.
new thing, and you make it CG. You know.
Well, they did that in Captain Marvel. It had an actual cat, but
Yeah,
then CG'd for some scenes,
yeah.
so they could have done that.
I mean, I thought it was very interesting that they didn't CG the part where the cat turned into a fucking alien. That was real.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Like I thought, like whoa,
I was like,
how
how do
did
you?
they get that cat?
Like you could do that with a dog. I'm just surprised that a cat would cooperate like that. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess so. But again, the monkey was such a small part of the movie. I guess it's not
yeah.
really worth going into. What were the big parts in this movie besides the genie?
Or okay, is it okay? Are we gonna have like a spoil thing, or is it,
We're gonna. I guess we're.
or are we like gonna
Uh,
know that people have seen the old movie enough? Or I mean, like not everyone, but
I
people have already enough knowledge of it.
I mean, I knew going in. I knew it was gonna happen at the end before. Even though I never saw it, I never actually saw the ending. I already knew because it's just common knowledge what happens at the end. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, is there anything in here that's like drastically different from the original movie? That's like something that you wouldn't want to know going in.
Um, I mean, I don't know about drastically different, but they're like, no, not really.
I guess we won't do a spoiler talk then, but I mean like, if you don't want it
Because like it still
spoiled,
has the same end.
yeah. I mean, but if you don't want it spoiled, like if you somehow don't know the ending, you can just shut it off. But yeah. I mean, I guess we just won't go into spoiler talk here.
All
Um,
right.
so yeah, we can just talk about whatever we want. We're free. We're free.
Okay.
Like the genie at the end of this movie. Viewers
Uh,
have set us free.
Look at that tie-in.
Look at
All
that.
right.
Yeah, I did a funny. Um,
So,
so
since I watched this from home, I made a whole list of what I found wrong with the movie
wow. Okay.
because I felt like it, and it was like 11:30 when I started watching this, and I got was really tired. Um, okay, so not all of these are in order because I lost room on the flashcard, and I had to like pack it into different places. Okay,
Wait, you
so
tell me this text file is so big that it took up so much space that.
no, I just wrote down on a flashcard, and like I wrote it too
Oh,
big
I thought
and
you meant
something.
I thought you meant like a SD card. I was like, holy crap, this is gonna be an hour long.
No. Oh my god. No. Okay. So I didn't like the marriage to Jafar that came like it came out of nowhere. And there was like no build up to it because in the original he was always creepy and like always wanted to marry Jasmine to get the Sultan title. But like the only time it was talked about in this movie was at the end where it's like, all right, I guess marry me now, you know? And like
I mean,
I wish there was like more build up to that and like have like just a couple lines saying like that like if he marries her, then he'll be able to get the title and then he would just have to take care of the dad, right? So
I feel like
like
I feel like I haven't seen the first movie, but that was heavily implied the first time around. Jafar himself did not say that, but the there was a whole song and dance about it. I mean, how like you marry the princess, you become the giraffe or whatever, and I feel like that was heavily implied. I feel like as somebody who didn't see the movie the first time around, I knew, I knew, I knew, you know.
okay. But it wasn't I don't know. Like it was I felt like well I mean like wait that was more for Aladdin kind of. Like I get that it was like a broad like generalization, like say, and this applies to any character, but it didn't. His like Jafar's character didn't come off like it didn't. They didn't show him being creepy enough. I guess you could say. So
I mean, I
I don't
guess. I
know.
mean, he
Maybe
was.
just like a couple lines in the beginning or something like to himself or talking to his bird. You know,
Yeah,
just something that would constitute him saying "marry me" at the end.
yeah.
You know,
I mean, I feel like the bird was an annoying character, but um, yeah. I guess I just didn't see that. I felt like it was fine. I felt like the guy was creepy enough. The actor did a good enough job. I mean, the actor just you can tell he was kind of like purposely not emoting at all to kind of give like this psychopathic feel to him, and he would just kind of, I feel like he just kind of killed anybody he didn't really like or he didn't really find uh useful to him. So I kind of got like a dictator vibe from him. I feel like I didn't feel like that was a problem. Maybe it was just done so well in the first movie that by comparison this is a load of shit. But I didn't see that as a problem personally.
also sticking on Jafar. I think they miscast him.
Oh,
Like I did not find the guy threatening, and like especially his voice. Like it wasn't like a I didn't get creeped out by him really.
I mean,
Like I thought the bird had a more threatening voice.
I
You
mean,
know?
the bird had a threatening voice because I wanted to shoot myself every time it talked. But I feel like I mean, I didn't really think that during the movie. I mean, I guess now I guess it could have been better cast, but I mean, maybe because it's a kids movie, you can't make it too, you can't make the kids, be, you can't have kids piss in their beds having nightmares about like Jafar coming after them and stuff. I don't know. Was he like more creepy in the first movie? Was his voice more creepy?
Yes,
Oh,
very, very much so.
oh, oh. Wait, do you want to know a fun fact about the first movie?
What?
Like the entirety of the cast was like white. I was like, that's kind of weird.
Yep,
Yeah.
I knew that one.
Um, Surprised that didn't make a return for the sequel, but yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Just a little disappointed. Kidding. Oh my gosh, I'm kidding.
Wait, I
Haha.
didn't even hear that. It glitched out.
What?
It glitched out. It was like, you
Okay.
gotta say it again.
No, I don't need
No,
to.
you need to.
Oh,
We're just gonna assume you said the most racist thing
all
imaginable.
right. Okay.
Okay. So
Don't cancel Twitter. Okay. All right. So, also speaking of kids,
uh-huh.
not being too scared, they took out a lot of the more violent things in the old movie. Okay, so you know how Aladdin gets pushed off and is drowning?
Yeah.
He was actually and like he was just in a chair.
Uh-huh.
In the original, he was tied up with a bag over his head, and he might have had rocks or something,
Uh-huh.
maybe to keep him down. So that was like a change. I'm like, oh, so he's not like completely tied up and totally in danger. Obviously, he's still in danger,
I
but
mean,
and then towards the end, when Jasmine is in, okay, so we're talking in the old movie. Towards the end, Jasmine is in like a red two piece, and she's in the giant uh, what's it called um, hourglass, and kind of dying a little bit. They didn't have that, or they didn't have the big snake either. When Jafar turns into a giant snake to choke out Aladdin, so he like just get crushed. He gets crushed and dies. He didn't have that.
that's true.
They just had the big bird instead. I'm like, great. So that's not scary.
Uh,
Was expecting a big snake, got a big bird.
yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, I can see the big snake thing being cool in CG. I'm guessing the reason why they didn't do the hourglass thing is because they really hardcore did not want the princess in this movie to be a damsel in distress. Like,
Right.
they super duper hardcore did not want that.
Yeah.
Um,
As we can tell by the song that she sang to herself about wanting to be heard,
yeah.
you know, like
Um,
great audience for that.
at the end of the original, does she become? I'm guessing she does not become Jafar in the original.
No, she does not become Sultan.
Okay, yeah,
She
Sultan.
marries Aladdin.
Oh, I just fucking said
I
Jafar.
think. I think Aladdin becomes
Yeah,
Sultan.
yeah, I figured that. But yeah, the snake thing would be cool. I understand why they didn't do the hourglass thing. I mean, it's a pretty stupid reason, but I mean, yeah. What else is on this flashcard?
All right, let's take a look.
Oh man.
Um,
Oh man, this is intense.
hold on. I'm trying to like read what I wrote because it was like really dark. In the it was like I don't.
Really dark
Um.
in the movie theater where you legally watch the movie. Am I right, fellas?
Oh, yep. Totally paid for this.
Yeah, I
It's
did.
my hard-earned cash.
Yes, paid cash money.
Okay, so I thought like it kind of went very quickly. Like
Really?
not a lot of it was built up, like the characterization and like the characters' personalities. Like those weren't built up. Like I kind of felt like they got a vague representation of what and like what they were, what their motives were, how they acted with other people. Like I understood that, but it it felt like they went too fast and they wanted to get everything in that they had to make the story, but like it didn't they didn't dive very deep with the characters. They were very shallow. And with the dad, um Jasmine's dad, in the original he was like a funny like little character, and he felt like a dad. Like it felt like he and Jasmine had a connection. Not that they didn't it didn't feel like they had a connection because they did that. Like they kind of solved that kind of with the end when they're talking, and it's like I'm going to give you title of Sultan,
Yeah.
So, but they had more moments like that throughout the original than they did in the new one. And with Jafar's character, he as I've said before, he was much more creepy and like had more evil motives than I mean it's the same motive, but it came over as like a more malevolent uh force, I guess, than in the original than it did in this one.
Yeah, I mean, all I know about
Yeah.
the dad is that he's much taller in this one. Um,
Yes. Not a short little fat man
uh,
for comedy relief.
he
So,
yeah, I guess that's 0-1 for the short people. I guess underrepresentation.
yeah.
Kevin Hart needs to fix that real quick. But anyway, I guess I can see that the dad was kind of I feel like his character was kind of vapid. I didn't feel like the movie went quick. I felt like the movie went slow for me. It was a fucking slow ass movie, especially in the beginning. So I guess I didn't feel that. I mean, I bet this is. I think this was longer than the original. This one is 2 hours. 1 second, 1 sec. I'm gonna look this shit up real quick because I felt like this one was. I mean, usually these remakes are like longer than the original for no reason, and that's like my one big criticism with them. Um, 2 hour 10 minute is the new one. The old one was yeah, the new one is 40 minutes longer. So I mean, I guess I mean, what do you mean by like quicker?
Um, like in the old one, like I felt the scenes like they were less scenes, but it gave more information in the old one than it did in like the new one. Like I
Yeah,
felt, yeah,
I guess
you
I'm.
know,
Yeah, that makes sense. Um, quick side note though, not to get distracted, but this is not the first live action Aladdin movie. Oh no.
no,
In 2009, there was an
hmm
Indian Hindi fantasy action adventure film called Aladdin, and it was with Aladdin, and it bombed. And yeah, this isn't the first one, so Disney ripping off another company. But yeah, so I don't know how legal that is, but it happened. But yeah, I guess I can see that. It didn't really bother me though. I thought if the movie went quicker, I would have
yeah,
probably
like it
enjoyed it
didn't
more. Oh,
it didn't completely bother me at all,
uh-huh.
but it did. There was like a little like, all right, this is like a little weird,
It was enough for the postcard to
little
get.
off.
It,
What?
it was enough to get on the index card,
Was enough to get on the index card.
and
Yeah, that's right.
that's the ultimate the ultimate rating system, the index card.
hmm
We shouldn't rate movies out of 10. We should just have an index card and see how many times we write on it. That'll be the fucking rating. But yeah, I guess yeah, yeah. Anything? What else is on this card of hate?
um. Oh, okay. I know what this is. Okay,
Oh
I think.
wow.
All right. So when Aladdin is in like the prince outfit and they are in the lobby area
Right.
talking to the Sultan and Jasmine and yeah, so they were there and he's just like talking about the stuff he has, you know,
Oh
and how he wants to get to know Jasmine better and stuff, but he's completely bombing it.
yeah. It tries to buy
Like
Jasmine.
I thought that went on way too long. Like I got the jokes. I'm like, okay, all right, but like it was a little long to be like I felt necessary. Like it could have been like, okay, a couple jokes, she gets offended, leaves, and like just like stops,
Yeah.
and he goes back and is like, Genie, I messed up. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Instead of like just going on and on and on about him not being able to talk to her because he's like afraid that she'll realize he's not a prince or that like it's like he's not obviously he does not know how to be a prince because he is not a prince, but hey, like
Well,
the joke went on too long.
I guess yeah,
That was like,
I could see that. I think we do have to
it took me
praise.
out of it.
We do gotta praise the movie though. This is very
Do we
impressive
do we
because
need to praise it?
I do have to praise this movie because it's impressive because for you it is simultaneously too quick and too slow. It simultaneously has too much of the old genie and too much of the new genie. It is too unoriginal, but at the same time has too much new stuff. This is literally the most hate. This is literally hitting all of like movie pressure points here. I feel like there will never be another movie like this for you. It's just
Probably not.
It's just amazing. It's extremely impressive. It's like Guy Fieri or whoever made this movie was like, I'm gonna, I want this person to hate this movie. I'm going to literally make every aspect hated in every which way. I think that makes this movie unforgettable, at least for you, because you just starting to get the feeling that you don't like this movie too much. I mean, what do you have anything
Are
else
you
on?
just you're just getting that you're getting that vibe right now?
I mean, like kind of, and it's just kind of like onset vibe of like you might not like this movie.
Mm,
Surprising. Um,
yeah,
but
surprised.
what else is on this index card?
All right, what else? All right, let's see. Oh, another little scene that was like a little bothersome. When Aladdin and the genie are arguing,
Uh huh.
I it kind of it felt like it was glossed over. Like it happened very quickly and then it was just completely forgotten. And I know they got over their little argument, their little conflict, but it felt I don't like it was over very quickly and they didn't talk about it ever again. I mean, like they don't talk about it again in the old one, but still. And hold on, I'm not saying this right.
No, I understand
Like,
what you're saying. I actually agree with this point.
yeah, like it was glossed over a lot.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
it happened and then it just disappeared.
yeah, it didn't really have any
And
impact.
right,
Yeah,
right.
I see that.
That's
There
what I
we
mean.
go. Wow, there we go. We have some common ground with
Look at
old and
that.
new.
Look at
Um,
that.
yeah. So I get, yeah, I can agree. That is a agreeable statement you just said right now. I think that yeah, it was glossed over. They didn't really come back to it. Aladdin really didn't get corrupted by the absolute power of having absolute power. Um,
Mhm.
so that was a, yeah, yeah. I get that. Let's go on to the next point. It feels dirty agreeing with you on this movie, so let's get something disagreeable in here.
I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
All
yeah.
right. Now you sing your praises for this, Joe.
Oh,
What did you think about this movie?
this isn't an. Oh, okay. Let's just. I feel like we are swimming in a cesspool of negativity right now. I feel like you
I'm not
should.
being negative.
No,
I'm not
no.
being negative.
I feel like we all are being a little bit negative.
Just like,
I think that was I've got to say, with this podcast, we are kind of negative Nellies. I did get a text from somebody, an avid fan, that was like, "Why did you give Brightburn a 7 out of 10? You hated it so much." And I was like, "I guess we just kind of focused on the negatives." So let's make an effort to each say one positive thing about this movie that you generally like. You go first, since I know you're just kind of brimming with positivity with this movie.
okay. Let me think. Let me think about this. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Um.
I can hear I can hear the smoke coming out of your brain, like the gears turning, trying to think of something.
God, it's so hard. Uh, okay. I don't know.
Oh, oh my god.
I don't know.
She was right. This is an awful podcast. We're so negative.
Uh, Jeez. Okay.
Oh
Hold on.
no. I'm holding.
Um.
We're both gonna die alone.
Oh, I liked the Prince Ali song. I like
Like,
that scene.
oh yeah, the one with like all the like the parade, and it's like Prince
Yeah,
Ali, he is cool, and I don't remember the song, but I know what you're talking about. There we go. You like that
yeah.
song?
I like that scene.
You give that.
That was good.
If you could rate that scene out of 10, what would you rate it on your positivity scale?
Is that different from the movie scale?
Well, 0 is still the worst and 10 is still the best, so I guess not.
All right. So let's see. Um, 6,
Wow, the positivity is just exploding.
6.5,
There
I
we go.
guess.
There we go. That's positive. That's
Okay,
in the,
yeah, six and
that's,
a half. I'll give it a 6.5,
that
Joe.
is a D. Which is better than what I'm assuming you're gonna rate the rest of the movie, so it is positive by comparison. Um,
Correct.
I feel like one positive thing I liked about this movie was the end credits where I got to go home and I didn't have to watch the movie again. Um, but no, what I liked Will Smith in this movie. I feel like he was a good guy to be in the movie, and he wasn't as bad as everybody thought he was gonna be. I feel like he saved, in my opinion, he saved the movie because he was the only actor that could act because all these other actors, since I guess there aren't enough Indian Hollywood actors out there, um, he was kind of the only Hollywood actor. The rest of them, I think, were Broadway, so they didn't really have much acting experience here. So
Mm,
it kind of seemed like a stage performance, and I feel like
yeah, I felt that too. Yeah.
feel like people who perform in musicals just aren't really as good as acting.
It's a different
It's a
thing.
different thing, yeah, and I feel like it doesn't convert well to. That's why in musical movies they usually have the lines dubbed over, because getting somebody that can act and sing is really hard, and I feel like Will Smith could act and could sing, and he was the only person in the film that could do both. But yeah, I feel like most of the actors, on the account of them having zero film experience, at least I think, at least they acted like it, um, were kind of bad.
Jasmine was in like a couple movies that were in like Disney,
Uh,
like the couple Disney movies.
yeah.
Like she was in Lemonade Mouth.
Oh,
Like, and that's like the only thing I remember her
oh yeah.
seeing her in.
The Oscar-winning Lemonade Mouth. How could I be so foolish? But I feel like most of them are like majority Broadway, and that doesn't convert well. I have no clue why they thought that would convert well. My positive has just become a negative. But yeah, Will Smith was good. Will Smith gets an 8 out of 10 on my performance scale. So yeah, I can't
And
even,
like
yeah.
Robin Williams, okay, with Robin Williams being the old genie, it was Will Smith had very big shoes to fill, and
Yes.
obviously he wasn't going to be Robin Williams. So to have him take his own spin on the character and add his own little things to it, I thought it was okay.
Yeah, there we
You
go.
know, I didn't enjoy every aspect of it, but he did what he could.
Yeah. Again, I'm glad
That's
that
another positive.
hey, well, I'm glad they didn't just lift lines from Robin Williams stuff, and I'm glad he didn't go over the top pop culture like Robin Williams did. But
Yeah.
the problem with the genie is that they actually, like, even before they signed Robin Williams, they actually wrote the movie. They wrote the genie around Robin Williams, so he was literally the perfect choice. Like, um, but yeah, I mean, I guess you can't really emulate that. Uh, so I guess yeah, there we go. That's a positive. Is there anything else you want
Mhm.
to say before we give our final thoughts on Aladdin 2019?
Nope.
No.
Let's
Oh.
just get to it.
Well, what did you think? Okay, wait. One last thing. What do you think about the music in the film? Do you think the music was good?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I'm not big into like music, musical music or whatever it's called, stage music. So this was competent. I thought it was good enough. The one thing that I really liked was just this one little thing. Since we usually nitpick the bad things, I might as well nitpick the good things. When Aladdin, well, not when Aladdin, when the genie the scene where they rewind time and like the genie is like in a mock movie theater and he's like, "Oh, look at that." I was like, "Oh, that's clever. That's stylish. That's stylistic."
Yeah,
I like that. I was like, "Huh." And then
yeah,
they never did anything risky like that again. But I like that
yeah.
one. I like that one moment. I
That
thought
one part was good.
that was good. I thought it
It kind
was.
of reminded me of like Mystery Theater
Yeah,
3000.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm like, oh, look
yeah.
at that.
That was pretty.
Maybe that's a little reference to that.
Yeah.
Maybe it is.
Well, I
Who
feel like
knows?
I've. Well, the thing is, in that scene, the genie was on the left side, and usually in Miss.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were on the right side. But yeah, I liked it.
yeah. But it was kind of like that. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, oh, that
I.
that's cute.
It was good. It was good. But yeah. Final thoughts. I guess you can go first.
All right, I'll go first. All right, let's
Oh
see.
no.
So obviously, I love this movie. It was
Oh yeah. Favorite movie.
so since I loved it so much, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10.
Oh man. I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot higher than I thought you were gonna. I thought you were gonna give like a 2 or a 1 or something. I'm surprised. Well, why a 4?
Hold on, let me leave this. All right, let's see. Did I
Okay.
really
Just
did
not.
I like this movie? No.
No.
And I thought the only thing saving it for like a really low 2 or something is like the couple good scenes in it, you know?
Yeah.
So, all right, let me see.
It's like life.
Yeah, yeah, I'll give it a 3.
Okay. Just knocked it
3 out
down.
of 10.
I'm sorry, Guy Fieri. I just had to knock you
Sorry,
down a few
guys.
pegs. But yeah, it's like life. It sucks, but the only thing keeping you interested is like the 1 or 2 good scenes. So I guess you could say that
Yep.
Aladdin is a representation of life. So
Wow. We
very
just got deep in this podcast. How
very
about that?
very interesting. Yeah. But uh, I hate all Disney remakes because they are completely inspirationalist. How do you say that? They completely lack any inspiration. It's just to make money 110% of the time. Sometimes when people remake films, it's actually because they love the film. It's because they actually want to make something new. With Disney, it's always to make money. There's no inspiration
Yeah.
inside of.
They're playing off the nostalgia that you
Yes,
received.
yes, it's completely just scummy and literally the worst part of Hollywood these days. It's not gonna age well, and they're all kind of pieces of shit. But in comparison to the rest of them, this one was okay. It was not as bad as Dumbo or anything like that. Dumbo was a complete piece of shit. But I do hate this trend of just fucking remaking movies. I'm fine with people remaking movies, but they have to have a reason. They have to look at the old one and say, okay, this could have been different or this could be done
Yeah,
better.
it has to be changed. Like
Yeah,
things have to be changed.
but people are remaking these fucking flawless movies. I have no clue why. Why don't you remake the movies that maybe weren't as good but actually had potential? I mean, I
Right,
guess maybe there's just not a market for that, but I mean that's the only way you can really do it. I mean, but
right,
that's just me. I don't really like any of these things, but yeah, and I mean I guess this one was okay. Again, it kind of lacked a lot of inspiration. As
right.
somebody who didn't see the original and all of this is new, I thought it was good. I guess. Maybe if I saw the original one, I would be on the hate train myself. But I did not see the original one, so yeah, this one was a okay. I'm gonna give it my highest recommendation, 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 for
Whoa.
Aladdin. Yes. Never before on this podcast have we went so high. 6 out of 10. It was okay. Um, Now for our favorite segment, movies we saw this week, but we're not reviewing. What movies have you seen this week?
I did not see any other movies this. Oh wait, no. Okay, so I saw this one movie. It was like I think it's from around like 2009.
Uh huh.
I saw Push, starring Chris Evans, Dakota Fanning, and other people.
Yeah. Other people.
Oh, and that one guy from Guardians of the Galaxy, which that I think Drax rips the side of his head out
Oh,
at the end.
yeah. Think it.
So like
Yeah.
that guy was in it too. So um that was kind of weird. Like it was in that era of supernatural
Uh
stuff.
huh.
So it was during that time period. So it was very um like, oh, we need to have more movies with this type of stuff. So it was very, very that time period that had the supernatural stuff. It was like, oh, let's make this whole lore thing about the people and their powers and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And it was this one movie, and it was 2 hours and 20 minutes long.
Uh huh.
I mean, but it kept up pace, so it was okay. So it wasn't like unbearable in places.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was one of those movies. It was very like um, it wasn't bad,
Rated out of
but
10. Rated out of 10.
so it wasn't, yeah, it wasn't bad. So I guess I could give it like
Six.
so yeah, 6 out of 10.
Oh yeah.
So I get that.
Well, I saw No Country for Old Men. If you ever heard of that one. Good.
I've heard of that one.
Good.
I really like that
I
movie.
do too. I thought it was great.
That
What?
was keep going.
I thought it was good. I thought it was funny and dark and violent and pretty much
Hmm.
everything you would ever want out of a movie. It was very highly entertaining. I was highly entertained the entire time. Uh, and I have more movies to get through, so I'll go through this one fast. 9 out of 10. No Country for Old Men.
Wow,
Yes, I enjoyed it.
it's pretty.
Kept me engaged. Um, I also saw the Hurt Locker. If you don't know, the movie about a guy who defuses bombs and stuff. Again, I got this in like a pack of movies that were like Oscar award winning, so they were all pretty good. This one was good too. Um, Again, it was just well done. 8 out of 10. I saw Crash. That was very almost like Pulp Fiction-y with how it tells its story. It was very interesting. Again, it had a weird sense of humor, which was good. Good acting, good everything. 8 out of 10. Um, I saw Spider-Man 1 also, the original Spider-Man 1.
Oh, Toby Maguire?
Yeah, for the first
Wow.
time. What a good movie.
Whoa.
I was entertained, except for the parts when they used CG, because CG was shit back then. But you know, good
Mm-hmm.
movie. I thought it was better than 90% of the superhero movies that come out these days because I actually cared.
Wow.
I actually cared about the characters. I thought the story was actually good and it could hold up on things other than its action scenes, which I feel like most superhero movies are lacking. 8 out of 10 for Spider-Man. Really liked all these movies. Much better than Aladdin. But yeah.
Well, anything could be better than
Oh
Aladdin.
yeah. Well, that's yeah. But uh. So what are we seeing this weekend? I am seeing Godzilla and Rocket Man later tonight. Are you
Oh,
planning?
am I seeing anything?
Yeah.
I'm still gonna try and see. We have never lived in a castle.
Uh-huh.
Didn't get to watch it this
Uh-huh.
week. Um, I'll probably take a look at the new Godzilla movie
Uh-huh.
because I love the originals.
Oh.
So hoping that it'll keep up, make a better
Yeah.
sequel than the previous ones. That because like not a lot of the sequels have been too great. But you know, hoping that'll be good. Um, probably I'll probably watch Rocket Man 2 and then take a look at Ma.
I might see Ma too, yeah. So we have a loaded weekend ahead of us. Um
Yep.
let's try to review something on when you should I'm watching Rocket Man and Godzilla tonight. You should like plan on watching like one of these movies tonight so we can like throw a review out on Sunday and then like
Okay.
drip feed the rest of them out. Because I have work a lot of times next week, so we
Yeah.
should just record as much. So yeah, we
All right.
hopefully we'll get some more reviews out for you, maybe even multiple tomorrow. So yeah, stay tuned for some more time appropriate reviews from
Let's
the movie
see.
hoppers. So thank you guys for watching this 54-minute edition of Movie Hoppers. Let's
Wow.
let's stop it before it turned into an hour.
Let's
Goodbye.
go. All right. See ya.